Guys, this is the Slinger, and this is a Warframe Grind video. Alright, so, as you know, shield gating is soon to be changing in Warframe. I don't think it's any doomsday thing. People will have to adjust their method of super high level gameplay when they play solo. I think for like disruptions and stuff that you play with other people, I don't think it's going to be a huge deal breaker. So for solo players that go survival, it's probably going to be taking its toll a little bit more, and you'll have to make a couple adjustments.
Do you remember the old war, Operator? Order seems to have misplaced those memories.
So what I wanted to talk about is it's October 18th is when the big changes come. There's going to be a new mod for shield gating and arcane. The dragon decaying key will no longer work for being the meta of shield gating. And I say the meta of shield gating because there is an actual meta way to shield gate. So when somebody says, "Are you shield gating to me?" everybody basically is shield gating in Warframe to a certain extent. But when they ask, "Are you shield gating?" it means, are you wearing rolling guard? Are you using a decaying dragon key? All right. And that's the gist of it, because that's what most people consider shield gating. Although shield gating was added as a actual game update about 3 years ago, it was never meant to be used with a decaying dragon key by the developers. They've now come forth on video and pretty much admitted that. So it's not really up for discussion or any kind of argument. It's just they didn't really want it. They said it's cool that you guys figured it out. But, well, you can watch live streams and see what they say. I don't need to put words in their mouth, but you will still be able to shield gate. They're getting rid of decaying dragon key, and they've got this new mod that's going to do basically the same thing, but it is going to take up a mod slot. All right. I don't want to give up mod slots if I don't have to. Certain builds I'm okay with it, certain builds I'm not. But let's say this build, it's an Ash. I took off the decaying dragon key, so I've got 375 shields. I'm using brief respite, which I normally wouldn't do because I have condemn on here. All right. So normally I wouldn't even need brief respite. I could use any kind of aura like corrosive projection or steel charge for the most amount of points. Steel charge, right? And I'm also using, instead of another duration mod, I'm using augur message. All right, so both of these add into my shield gate, even though I'm at 375. And then this does 232 shield per hit. All right. So that and these add up to, I'm going to say over 400 shields. And I've got 375 shields. So if my math is correct, which I am not a math major, but yeah, I'm close enough. So this is an Umbra build, but it's not a big deal. Rolling guard, you have to have rolling guard. Even in the future, if they really wanted to nerf shield gating, they would have got rid of rolling guard, which gives you that, says 3 seconds, but it doesn't really give you 3 seconds. I think the first time it gives you 3 seconds, and after that it's like 1.6 seconds or something like that. So, and it's got 7 seconds cooldown at full rank. In my other accounts, sometimes I have 1-2 from the top, which seems to work for shield gating just as good if you're trying to save mod spots. You don't have to constantly spam rolling guard. Adaptation will actually work in the future just as good as it always did, possibly better with the new shield values. Shields are going to be buffed severely, like 50% or something per. I think that when you look at your shields, see how it does like 58%. I think it's going to do like that same amount of shields would do like 70% or something crazy. And that's not technical. That's just bro science there. All right, so what I'm going to do is...
You have remembered well
Oh, yeah.
Tenno arm themselves.
So for me, Condemn is going to be the way I shield gate. That's how I started shield gating, how I learned to shield gate, and that's how I'll continue to shield gate now that powers will not be as effective for shield gating. So you get Condemn from Haro in the Helminth, in case you're wondering. Condemn is it actually gives shields and overguard per cast with the net. So that's why it's so good for shield gating, even if you have a high shield. So I'm going to go into Mott just for 5 minutes, show you guys how I would shield gate after this update on the 18th. But before I do, remember that Knights of Nisarius is coming, and that should be with the update on October 18th, and it usually lasts 28 days. You can go to Daughter at Deimos, and for mother tokens, get the ballroom scene for the simulacron, which only happens once a year. All right. First thing I need to do with this shield gate is I need to build up enough energy so that I can cast my powers. So I'm going to turn invisible and kill people first.
They have just shut down all systems. I'm sending life support capsules your way.
All right. See the purple? Purple means I'm into over shields. I'm already above shields. Now I go visible, I roll, cast.
Get ready for a capsule. I've delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time. Tenno, prepare for life support. life support has arrived.
So just so you know, a lot of people talk a lot of smack about, oh, you're a shield gator, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's a blanket immunity. It's not a blanket immunity. It never was. It just helps you. I mean, you can still be shield gating and still die. You can still go down. So it's just another method of playing the game. Roll, cast.
The operative has just made their first discovery. Keep up the good work. When you need it, extraction is ready.
Behold the Tendril, come to scavenge and desecrate this sacred realm. Tenno use the keys, but they are mere trespassers. Only I, Thor, know the true power of the Void.
Alright guys, that's basically how I'm going to be shield gating afterwards. I might be using that mod sometimes. I'm not going to worry about shields either way. Neither should you. I mean, you can viably do better in low steel path with the new shield systems, so you might want to try it out if you're not going to go endurance run. And for that matter, I don't do too many endurance runs anymore myself, so that bucket list has been gone. But if I did, that's the way I do it. And this is just the theory cast, because anything can happen after the 18th. Alright guys, hope this helps. And if you want to comment, like, and subscribe, I appreciate it. Just be respectful. Alright guys, get out there and grind. I will.